you may or may not know this, but I met my wife, Jenny, on the internet. We knew each other virtually before we knew each other in person, and the only way that we knew what each other looked like was because of the pictures that we shared on our social media profiles and the pictures that we exchanged with each other. And that's a risky proposition because you run the risk of the picture that you received of the person that you're going to meet not matching up to what the actual person looked like. And there's a lot of examples out there. There's a whole TV show around this concept of catfishing. And it boils down to sometimes people can bamboozle you. Sometimes when you're thinking about one thing, they can sneak in and get you with another. Well, this is the scenario I'm thinking about today. Royal Caribbean has just jacked up the prices, quietly jacked up the prices on a lot of their specialty restaurants, and they did it while we were all focused on whether or not the pizza would still be free. Can I quote Admiral Akbar here? The pizza, it's a trap. It's a trap. Was it a trap? Did we get bamboozled? Or is that just part and parcel of what the cruise business looks like right now? Royal increases prices on food, cruise news, and my views. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to La Lido Loca. I am your host, Tony, here with the latest cruise news and views for your face. Happy Thursday, everybody. I'm just 2 short days away from embarking the Carnival Paradise. Finally to be on the seas again. I'm very excited going down to Nassau in the Bahamas to check out the brand new cruise terminal there. I think it's like $300 million cruise terminal. And I have a stop in Bimini, which I'm less excited about. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get off and do a beach day or just stay on the ship. I don't know. It's gonna be on the Carnival Paradise. Can't wait to share all of that with you over the next week. But first, I feel bamboozled. Let's talk about this. Royal Caribbean has quietly jacked up the prices in several of its specialty restaurants. And we're not talking about slightly jacking up the prices. Some of the price increases equal a 50% price increase on items. Now, the source of this information is reputable. I'm going to reference an article that I read on the Royal Caribbean blog. Matt Hulkberg over there has been a stalwart in the cruising industry for many years. And of course, Royal Caribbean blog, one of the most reputable sources for information when it comes to cruising. He started to receive reports from people that were on the Oasis of the seas talking about a price increase at the Portside BBQ restaurant. And upon further digging, it has been revealed that several specialty restaurants on a couple different cruise ships have increased their prices. Restaurants that have been identified as restaurants that have gotten a price increase include Playmakers, the Portside BBQ, the Mason Jar, and Izumi Sushi. Now, Playmakers entrees have increased 33% to $11.99. That is up from $9. The price of wings went up 40% to $13.99 a dozen from just $10 a dozen. And appetizer prices were all raised by at least $1.99, with the poke nachos increasing from $8 per order to $12.99 per order, a 63% increase on some poke nachos. But wait, there's more. The Portside BBQ is a restaurant that only lives on Royal Caribbean's Oasis of the Seas. They also got some pretty heavy price increases. The signature combo went from 2 cuts for $12.49 and 3 cuts for $15.39 to $16.99 and $21.99. If you're doing the math on those are increases of 36 and 43%. And then the Pitmaster Special was increased from $9.99 all the way up to $14.99. The Wonder of the Seas has one of Royal Caribbean's newest specialty restaurants called the Mason Jar. It's kind of like a Cracker Barrel, kind of. It used to be $24.99 for that dining experience. It has increased 40% to $34.99. And then this last one breaks my heart, not the sushi. The sushi restaurant, Izumi, one of the best sushi restaurants at sea, going up in price. The prices of all the appetizers went up by $1. And prices for the signature rolls increased from $13 and $14 to $15 per signature roll. Now, it is important to note that none of these foods are foods that were previously free or included. And yes, I'm purposely saying free because I know there's some people out there that get annoyed that I don't say included. Look, if you're brand new to cruising, when you purchase your cruise fare, you're going to have food that is included and then food that you have to pay a fee for. I call the included food free food because once you get on the cruise, it's free. You're not going to add any additional charge to your Sail and Sign account. And so therefore, if it's not free, then it is food that you're going to have to pay for while you're on the cruise ship. So free included, it's a semantics thing. It all means the same thing. Please don't be too uptight about free versus included. But what's more important than the semantics between included and free is really how we feel about these changes. I think Matt nails down very well in his article why these prices are increasing. He points back to the earnings call from Royal Caribbean, talking about what they're doing to try to deal with inflation, trying to find places where they can probably lower their food costs, but in some instances, they're going to have to charge more for their food. I think that's a fair thing from a business perspective. As consumers, we just have to decide whether we believe it's corporate greed or whether we do believe the inflation conversation, and then taking in that and deciding how we feel about it, we have to decide what we're going to do about it. There's really only one thing you can do as a consumer. If you do not like the prices of a particular company, you have to use a different company, right? And so that's a struggle for cruisers because many of us are loyal to certain brands. And really on the simplest level, I think what happens, at least when it comes to people that have cruised with the brand a lot, the loyal cruisers of a brand, we see these price increases as something that's hurtful to us, right? So it hurts our feelings a little bit to see these prices go up. We feel like the brand that we love is now trying to gouge us for extra money, and we attach some sort of emotional feeling to it. I think all of that's fair. I think all of that is fair, but unfortunately, we only have one lever to pull as consumers. We can stop using the product, right? We can go choose a competitor, or we can quit cruising. And well, I guess to be fair, there probably is more than one thing that we can do about it. We can do what we're doing here. We can talk about it. We can raise awareness of our concern. Hopefully, we put things in a forum in a way that leadership at these cruise brands can see, and maybe it moves the needle, maybe it doesn't. But at least we can get our concerns off our chest. I'm glad that I can facilitate that conversation. I would love to hear what you think about it. Did we get duped? Were we looking to the right at pizza when the price change was happening to the left with everything else? What do you think about that? Was it smart on Royal's part to quietly put these price increases in place after all of the outrage about the pizza? Was it some mastermind plan? Did they do it with forethought? Or is that just the way it worked out? What do you think about all of that? Leave a comment below. Thanks so much for checking out the show today. I sure hope you enjoyed it. If you want to keep up with everything going on in the cruise news, if you want to stay up to date with everything going on in cruising, hit that subscribe button on the way out, notification bell, like button, hit it all. Just smack your computer with a raw fish, not the sushi. This is Tony for La Lido Loca, and until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido. Bye. Cruise news, cruise news, cruise news, it's over.